Paul Pogba's agent is at it again. PSG are doing everything they can to hang on to Kylian Mbappe, and Chelsea finalised their Dutch deal. All that and more, including our Friday feels. I'm Paddy, something different for you on a Friday, and this is your Onefootball Daily News. So first, for some fresh news on Paul Pogba. Of course, he's not playing much at the moment, but that's never stopped his agent Mino Raiola offering his opinion, whether it was asked for or not. Raiola was talking after Juventus had a late Ronaldo equaliser to thank for their 1-1 draw with AC Milan in the first leg of the Coppa Italia semi-finals, and was unsurprisingly happy to make the occasion about Pogba. Raiola said that Italy remained a second home for Pogba and that his client wouldn't mind going back to Juventus one little bit. He did of course stress that Pogba is focused on getting back to fitness ahead of the Euros and that any move would be discussed after that. Pogba is of course in the midst of his most frustrating season as a professional, having played just 7 matches this season. That includes just 71 minutes since September. So United fans will be expecting a lot from him when he returns to fitness, hopefully within the month. Thursday's result for Juventus, of course, does nothing to lift the mood at the club, especially on the back of their surprise loss to Verona last time out. Coach Maurizio Sarri admitted that his team's growth has stalled, but he also had no concerns that Juve would work through what he is calling a normal phase. We would have to disagree there, to be honest. Any Serie A table with Juve not comfortably in front is something that is definitely not normal for several seasons now. And last minute penalties, especially questionable ones, to save results, ain't it, Maurizio? Now moving from Pogba to another big name French star, yes, it's time to talk about Kylian Mbappe. Now we all know, and you guys know, that of course his contract runs out in 2022, and as at this point he has showed no inclination to re-sign. And who can really blame him? Mbappe's value on the open market as a free transfer would create unprecedented interest, and he knows that Real Madrid in particular are willing to spend big to bring him to the club. But with 24 goals in just 28 appearances in all competitions this season, PSG of course don't want to let their star man go. And reports from Spain say that the club is willing to offer him the sort of wages Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo get just to keep him. And what sort of wages are we talking about here? Yes, it's around 50 million euros a season, which is roughly, actually more, than double what Mbappe gets already. That's the sort of figures that might make him think twice about leaving the club. As well as his goals, he of course has more value to PSG. Mbappe and Neymar are key pillars in PSG's Nike deal, which went from 25 million a season to 75 and delivered more than 1 million shirt sales in 2019 alone. Now to an update on a transfer that Matt told you guys all about a few days ago. Yes, Hakim Ziyech from Ajax to Chelsea. Ajax have come out and confirmed this move, though the player is still yet to agree personal terms with the Blues. This shouldn't be too much of a problem, to be honest, with Ziyech no doubt happy to be on Premier League club wages. Chelsea are paying around 40 million euros for the player initially, and this looks to be a nifty bit of business for the Blues. They have of course struggled to truly find a consistent replacement for the goals, assists and creativity they lost when Eden Hazard left. And in Ziyech, they get a ready-made attacking midfielder who has consistently showed his quality in the Champions League. This one definitely looks promising. In a short roundup of other headlines, it seems that Spurs are out to strengthen their defence, with Norwich City duo Ben Godfrey and Max Aarons said to be on the list. However, between the two of them, they'll end up costing Spurs almost 100 million euros. Elsewhere, Barcelona are now looking at Roger Martí to help their injury-hit frontline, with the club still reeling from the news that Ousmane Dembélé will miss the rest of the season. And finally, Pep Guardiola says he expects to be sacked if Man City don't get past Real Madrid in the round of 16 of the Champions League. He says anything less than progression past this stage of the tournament won't be good enough for City's decision makers. The Champions League of course returns next week, with City and Real Madrid to play their first leg on February 26. Finally to our Friday feels, and this is where we obviously give you guys our predictions and you of course give them in return, and we review all the good and the bad on Monday. In my predictions, I'm going to go ahead and say that Erling Haaland is going to get back on the score sheet for Dortmund in a win over Frankfurt on Friday night. I'm also going to say that Liverpool are going to score at least 3 goals in a win over Norwich on Saturday, and that Lazio are going to fall 2-1 to Inter in a total defining match on Saturday night in the Serie A. As always, let us know your predictions under the video and we'll review all the good ones and maybe some of the bad ones in Monday's Daily News. But that's it for another Onefootball Daily News for the week. In fact, enjoy your football this weekend and we look forward to seeing you on Monday.